Jayson Tatum of the Boston Celtics has started the season strong and is on course to have a memorable year. Tatum has been crucial in Boston's 13-4 start, averaging 30.2 points, 7.6 rebounds, and 4.6 assists while shooting 47.3% from the field and 35.6% from behind the arc. Is he the NBA's best player right now? In the early stages of the 2022-2023 season, the St. Louis native has demonstrated that he's a high-impact defender, a spectacular efficient scorer, and a significant part of the team's historic offense. Will Jayson Tatum become the MVP this season? How is this year different from his previous year's performances? What are the secrets behind his success in starting the 2022-2023 NBA season? Well, let's all find out as we break down this year's NBA MVP frontrunner, Jayson Tatum. First, let's talk about Tatum's offense. Through the first 17 games, the Celtics have the best record in the NBA. Tatum is not only averaging over 30 points per game, but also an efficient 62.2 true shooting percentage, both of which are career highs. During the offseason, Tatum focused on becoming stronger with the ball, finishing through contact at the rim, getting to the foul line a little more, and strengthening up those weak points he had last season. And by the looks of it, his hard work is paying off, as Tatum has achieved career highs in points in the paint with 10.6 and free throw attempts with 8.5 attempts per game, while scoring with a career best efficiency in the restricted area and in the key. The 6'10", 210-pound forward has definitely understood how physically imposing he can be on drives. But his development in these areas goes beyond simply barreling himself to the rim. As you can see in these clips, Tatum had a history of driving into traffic without a plan, settling for poor shot choices, or forcing something that wasn't there, leading to a turnover or a bad shot. This season, Tatum has been far more patient with his drives and finishes. He's been playing with more pace and body control to finish at the hoop. To give an example, here are some clips of him attacking inside the basket. His handle appears to be faster and tighter, giving more shake to his game and allowing him to generate more separation on jump shots or beat his opponent off the dribble and drive to the rim. You can also notice that he's no longer trying to force shots. In this clip, instead of forcing his way through the basket, Tatum kicks the ball out to Pritchard for an open three. Tatum also mastered his floater game during the offseason. Just by looking at these highlights, you can already tell that Tatum appears to have mastered the touch on his newest weapon, even getting the teardrop floater to fall against tight defenses. No one can deny that Tatum has been the engine behind Boston's great offense, but that won't win him MVP. There are now several players averaging 30-plus points per game. Plus, this year's scoring is at an all-time high for the whole NBA. So, what factor in his game will win him MVP? His defense. His development as a scorer has been stunning to witness this season, but his defensive progress has been more impressive. Tatum has a career-high 1.2 blocks per game this season, and his 21 total blocks are on an equal level with some of the league's greatest rim protectors, like Jared Allen, 20 blocks, Joel Embiid, 21, Rudy Gobert, 22, and Evan Mobley, 23. This season, even though the Celtics' defense hasn't been as solid as it was in the previous season, their defense is still doing okay. How is that happening? Well, simply because of Tatum. Tatum has constantly been making crucial stops late in games, and he's been taking most of the defensive load by guarding the best scorers on the other team, much like you would expect from a great two-way player like Kawhi Leonard, when he actually plays. In addition, Tatum is gradually perfecting the chase-down block technique in order to get a better position to block the offensive player's shot. He deliberately moves himself behind them. Watch Tatum defend Saddiq Bey. Bey takes off quickly, but instead of attempting to catch up, Tatum waits and dives just in time to stop the layup attempt. Staying with Bey is one thing, but chasing down Ja Morant at the rim is a whole other level. In this play, Tatum adopts a similar strategy that LeBron uses for his chase downs called delayed block attempt. He anticipated, waited, and perfectly timed his jump to block Ja Morant's layup. Aside from his newfound usage of the delayed block attempt, Tatum has been a very observant off-ball defender. Consider this play against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Tatum isn't exactly hanging out in the corner, but he rotates off the primary ball handler, allowing Marcus Smart and Grant Williams to play on the ball. As a result, he remains on the weak side and waits. As he waits, Tatum is able to move over and challenge Kevin Love at the rim and record the block. Blocks have been a good indicator of Tatum's defensive development, but in addition to becoming the Celtics' top rim protector, Tatum has also taken on the challenge of defending some of the league's best players. While his height and wingspan allow him to play terrific interior defense, he's also one of the league's better perimeter defenders. To give an example of how good his perimeter defense is, watch in this clip how Tatum defends the league's most athletic guard, Ja Morant, down the stretch in Boston's win against Memphis. Again, Tatum timed his block perfectly in this one. As you can see, when Morant gathered and planted his feet, that's also the time when Tatum committed to blocking the shot. Jayson Tatum's timing and anticipation were on point in this game. Here are some other clips showing how he defended Ja Morant. Looking at this again, Tatum knows Morant has the speed to blow by defenders, so Tatum defends him by almost staying low. Tatum is not too far and not too close at the same time, enabling him to contest Morant's shot well when Morant pulled up from three. In another possession, Tatum did the same thing again. Again, Tatum defended not too far and not too close at the same time. Here's another example of Jayson Tatum's off-ball defense. This time he showcases his skill of following ball handlers and understanding passing lanes. When James Harden carries the ball up the court, he immediately looks to Joel Embiid in the post, who is guarded by Noah Vonleh. Tatum, who is making his way toward the corner, never takes his eyes away from Harden. As soon as Harden initiates a pass, Tatum runs in front of Embiid and steals the ball. Tatum has been an outstanding defender this season, whether on or off the ball. We all know he's always been one of the league's top wing defenders, but he has really made strides this year, and his defensive efforts were needed a lot in Robert Williams' unavailability. Tatum is not only the Celtics' primary offensive option, but also the Celtics' defensive foundation this season. That is why he has a huge chance to become MVP this year. Playing the proper way, with heart and passion, will win games. And Tatum is doing just that. Winning the MVP is one of the highest honors a basketball player can receive. Tatum is aware of this, but he is more concerned with the bottom line than individual statistics or performance. Is Jayson Tatum currently playing at an MVP level? Yes, he is. But more importantly, he's playing this year's basketball like a champion. Winning such an achievement has undoubtedly been one of his childhood ambitions. In a recent interview, Tatum stated, "As a kid, was one of my dreams winning MVP? Sure," Tatum said. "If it happened, it would be a dream come true. But it wasn't like, come back, win MVP. It's like, come back, get to the championship." Clearly, winning a championship is the most important thing to him right now.